Okay. That was loud. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this, first of all.
Of
Um,
course.
First question is, was there a specific moment or person that made you realize mental health advocacy, particularly for men, was something you needed to pursue rather than just something you were interested in?
I wouldn't say there's like a specific like person. But I would definitely say that like just like growing up, especially like in high school and whatnot, there's just like sort of like a stigma surrounding like mental health in men especially. And I mean it just kind of like lit a fire under me, grew my passion for it. And then entering into college and realizing like how isolating it can be a guy while making like new friends with people and trying to just like put on a face. Um, I don't know. It's kind of helped inspire me to be someone that is willing to express emotions and to show men that like it's okay to um, be vulnerable.
Yeah, cool. Um, I guess going off of that, how would you describe the culture surrounding men's mental health at UGA or in Greek life?
I would definitely say from my own personal experience in Greek life, it's definitely toxic. I
Hmm.
mean, it's kind of like non-existent. It's like seen as a joke. Like, I was mental health chair for my fraternity, and we try to do a lot of advocacy for it, like within the chapter and whatnot. But often, like it just like wouldn't like people in the chapter and whatnot like wouldn't like take it seriously. Like jokes about mental health would be made, and like um, it just wasn't really an environment that seems like you can really express like mental health positively.
Yeah. Um, What's a belief that you have previously held about mental health or masculinity that you've since had to unlearn?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I guess like the first thing that comes to mind as far as that is just like the phrase like man up, like growing up, like a lot of times like throughout your youth, especially like in sports and whatnot, like the term like man up gets thrown out a lot, like just like sort of like the idea of like embracing like masculinity in the sense that like, men have to always be um like shoulders up, like chest out, just like sort of just like 100% at all times. Like you can't really show weakness. You can't like be vulnerable. And I guess it's like, I guess as far as like unlearning it goes, is like sort of just like understanding that like, you can still be masculine and while expressing emotions and understanding that like, you know, stuff happens and that you can feel it and that you don't have to just like brush it off with the sense of like, just like tunnel vision. And
Yeah.
just yeah.
Cool. Going off of that, do you feel that your studies or community involvement, like your mentorship and um, mental health chair in your fraternity, do you feel like either of those impacted that realization or process of unlearning more?
Um, I would say so. I think definitely like mental health share like helped me a lot just because like it really showed me how prevalent of an issue it is. But I mean it definitely made a difference in my outlook because obviously like I would say there's definitely positives that came out of it. Like people confided in me that I would never have expected to. Like it showed me that like if there is a focal point or like like a point of communication within an organization like a fraternity, it can help sort of get the ball rolling. I think a lot of the negativity that comes to it is just that people are not willing to accept that like they don't want to accept that like mental health should be something that like should be talked about because they're like embarrassed about it in a sense. Um, I mean, I know you didn't really ask about that, I guess. But also just like when I work for NAMI that helped like really open it up for me and
Yeah.
realizing that like, you know, there really is a massive issue surrounding mental health in the US in general and just like especially like um at the age we are right now where like there's so many uncertainties. It's there's like a crippling effect with like the idea of seeking out mental health care. And so like it sort of creates like a vicious cycle of people pushing things to the side in fear of like embarrassment.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned NAMI. I was gonna ask you about uh if your mentorship program, if that had like taught you anything unexpected or influenced your plans for the future, but I want to open that up to NAMI as well. If either of those has influenced kind of how you've approached your studies and the plans that you've made and decisions that you made for your future.
I guess like mentorship really, I can speak on that first, I guess, is just that like I mean, I'm the youngest child. I've never really had someone or like been in a position where like I'm a mentor to someone besides like being a coach for like soccer camp. Um, so like it's really like taught me like interpersonal like skills in that aspect and like how to like speak with someone younger than me in the sense of like a leadership role and like in a way that like helps them understand how to interact in different scenarios and like how to deal with different social situations that are affecting them both positively or negatively. Um, I mean, it's helped me realize that like there really is a difference in like populations of age and like how that influences the way that we think and the way that we feel emotions. And so like I guess like stepping into the field of counseling, it has helped me understand how like mental health is like perceived in different like ages of life. I think obviously with my own self going through high school, I've seen it like that, but it's different to see it from the perspective when you're older too, and like working with someone um, such as like my mentee. And I guess with NAMI, um, it really like I guess just sort of impacted me, like having firsthand experience, like speaking with people who are mentally ill. I mean, like it was very eye-opening. It was very difficult at times, especially like not being able to really talk about it myself due to like just like ethical codes and whatnot.
Will you explain what you did in that position?
Oh, yeah. So I was a helpline and resource intern for the National Alliance on Mental Illness for Georgia over the summer, the 2025 summer. So my job really consisted of being on a hotline and providing like intensive like mental health support and just for individuals and family members of individuals going through different mental health crises, as well as providing like resources, statewide resources and national resources for like mental health and different inpatient and outpatient cares or like um, places in different counties of Georgia. And yeah, and then I guess I don't know if
I
you want
didn't
me
mean to cut
to
you
talk
off.
about that.
Did you have anything else to say about if you had learned anything unexpected in that position or if it had influenced you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess just like that unexpected part was just I didn't realize like how like difficult it is to get to access mental health care if you are um not insured and if you don't have insurance, like it's almost impossible to be able to get accessible mental health care. And so that's why there's so many reasons of like just people who are undiagnosed with mental health issues, and it's just like a cycle of, um, you know, I mean, I don't want to overspeak or
Yeah.
anything, but yeah.
All right. Let's see. I think I just have one more question. What lasting impact, if any, do you hope to make either in your day-to-day life here, and in community involvement, or in the future with your career?
I guess as far as here, I hope that I make an impact as far as like dismantling like toxic masculinity, um, and like specifically like surrounding like mental health and just like helping people my age and like in the grades below me, especially with like people I'm friends with, just like understand that like, like therapy isn't something you have to be afraid of, and it's not really like it's just the same as like going to the doctor for a physical checkup. Like it's your mental health is the same way. Um, like it's you don't have to always be, the person that is 100% all the time. And I guess for the future, I just want to be able to help advocate for people more and advocate for mental health for people who don't have access to care, especially. uh, Hopefully, I can do that while just you. So, yeah.
Right, sweet. Well, that's all that I have. Did you want to say anything else?
Uh, Thank you. Those were really insightful questions.
Yeah. I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, of course.
Alrighty, we'll talk to you later. Bye.